Welcome to the Deep Dive. This is where we take your sources, kind of cut through the clutter, and really pull out the key knowledge for you. Today, we're digging into an organization called CultureLinks. We've got some excerpts here from their website, and honestly, they present a really compelling picture, a sort of case study in community building, social impact. Gives you a glimpse into how, diverse needs get addressed. So our mission, if you will, for this deep dive is really to get a handle on CultureLink's core values, look at their, incredibly diverse projects, understand their vision, which seems pretty ambitious, and ultimately see what we can learn from how they approach building stronger communities. Are there some innovative lessons here?
Yeah, and what makes CultureLinks particularly interesting, I think, is that they operate as a community interest company, a CIC. Now, this structure, it's intriguing because, well, unlike a standard charity, they can trade and generate revenue. But, and this is the key part, they're legally bound to plow those profits right back into their community mission. It's not about shareholder gain. So this hybrid model, it gives them a unique kind of agility, I mean, especially for an organization that's working locally, based down in Somerset, but has this vision to go nationwide. It's quite a setup.
It really is. And their foundational statement, the bit titled Who They Are and Why It Matters, it really nails down their mission. They state it as to create a united, inclusive, and supportive community where everyone, regardless of background or age, have the opportunity to thrive. So yeah, based in Somerset, deeply committed, trying to drive actual change by figuring out what the community needs. And their team sounds interesting too, a mix of newcomers and locals. That suggests, a rich blend of perspectives, maybe some fresh ideas, all driven by a shared passion, it seems. Feels like it's about celebrating what's already strong locally, while also embracing newcomer experiences, fostering mutual respect, opportunity.
And that commitment to inclusivity, it really seems to come through with their disability confident committed status. That's not just a label, is it? It suggests a real effort to make their workplace somewhere disabled individuals can genuinely flourish. Which is, well, it's critical if you want to unlock diverse talent and build work environments that are truly accessible and supportive. It points to a broader idea of what united and inclusive means beyond just, say, cultural backgrounds. But, is it more than just a badge? How does that actually play out in what they do?
That's a fair question, a very sharp one, actually. From what we can piece together from the sources, it seems to be pretty fundamental to their whole approach, this idea of creating genuinely open opportunities. And as we look deeper into their work, what just jumps out is the sheer breadth of their projects. It's, wow, they seem to cover such a huge range of community needs. We're talking basics like, mental health services, but then also really specific things like a community eco-grow project and programs like Displaced But Not Alone that directly tackles newcomer integration, plus things like business setup and marketing strategy, which points towards, long-term economic empowerment. It's a remarkable spread, really.
Yeah, it's not just a random collection of programs, is it? It looks more like a sophisticated, holistic ecosystem designed to tackle both immediate welfare needs and longer-term empowerment. That integrated approach that's so crucial for building real community resilience rather than just, sticking plasters on problems. But I guess the question is, what are the challenges for one organization trying to cover so much ground? Mental health and eco projects. How do they maintain quality across areas that are so different?
That is a crucial point. It almost makes you wonder if they've got some kind of secret super team hiding somewhere.
Ah.
But seriously, what the sources seem to suggest is a highly adaptable model. It looks like they identify specific gaps in the community first and then build targeted programs. That agility, you see it again in their courses section. It's quite something. They're offering things like everyday well-being, and practical stuff like CV and cover letter help, fine. But then they jump to really modern skills, an AI tutorial, AI for social media and personal use. That's quite forward-looking. And they also offer English as an additional language EL support for schools, which is obviously vital for helping kids from different language backgrounds integrate.
What's really insightful there, I think, is how they weave together that foundational support with cutting-edge skills. I mean, how many community organizations are offering an AI tutorial right alongside mental health services?
Not many, I'd wager.
Exactly. It really underlines their commitment. They seem to want to empower people with immediate well-being tools and skills that are super relevant for today's world, maybe even tomorrow's. It shows a real forward-thinking approach, doesn't it? Equipping people not just to cope, but actually to thrive in a world that's changing so fast. It's moving beyond just basic literacy or job skills. It feels like it's about future-proofing individuals. That's a pretty significant evolution in community support, I'd say.
Right. So if we pull all these different threads together, Their core values, these wide-ranging projects, the forward-looking courses, what's the bigger picture? What impact are they actually aiming for beyond Somerset? Their vision seems pretty clear on this. They state it as wanting to expand our reach, grow our impact, and bring our mission nationwide. They talk about believing in the power of working together to create communities that are stronger, more resilient, and more inclusive. It's a powerful declaration, really. And they mention it's backed by years of experience in charity work and community development, so it's not just wishful thinking. So, yeah, after this deep dive into CultureLinks, it feels pretty clear that their mission, creating that united, inclusive, and supportive community where everyone has the opportunity to thrive, it's definitely more than just words on a page. You can see it being put into action through this incredibly broad spectrum of projects, from the absolute essentials like mental health services right through to, well, AI tutorials. And their commitment as a disability-confident, committed organization underpins it all. They genuinely seem to be investing in the future of people and places, initially in Somerset, but with this much bigger ambition.
Yeah, and thinking about those broader implications, a local Somerset-based CIC nurturing a vision to expand nationwide. It does raise a really important question, doesn't it? What role do these kinds of hyper-local, community-driven initiatives actually play when it comes to fostering real, transformative, and lasting change on a national scale?
That is a profound thought to end on. It really makes you consider the power of collective action, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And how diverse, locally rooted initiatives, just like the ones CultureLinks offers, contribute to building societies that are more resilient, more inclusive. So maybe the question for you listening is, what does this mean for your own community? How can we potentially apply some of these lessons right where we are? Leveraging local strengths, but maybe aiming for broader impact. Definitely something to ponder until our next deep